the Young and the Restless will recreate her smallest scenes, also creating an indelible impact. This character was first introduced in April 2004 and was played by Knots Starland ing Joan Van Ark. However, in January 2005, she was replaced by seasoned actress Judith Chapman. And for many years, Gloria had no trouble with Y&R. Gloria tried to get the good of Jack Abbott and Ashley Abbott, by damaging a Abbott product with the intention of catching up with the error, but the samples broke early and a woman died from using it. Later, Gloria was devastated when John suffered a stroke in prison and they had to take him out of life. Although she should have taken half of John's assets, it turned out he had made an appendix in jail, which completely cut off his will. Jack then rubbed salt into the wound by chasing her and Kevin out of the Abbott mansion, forcing them to move in with Michael and Lauren. Kevin Fisher found his mother living in Detroit and brought Gloria back to Geneva to live with him and her other son, Michael Baldwin. She very quickly targets John Abbott and they return from a journey as a man and his wife. Her former lover, Tom Fisher, followed her to town and extorted her money from stealing money from her new husband. Tom also teamed up with Sheila Carter to hurt Michael and Lauren on their wedding day. Finally, John shoots and kills Tom, and eventually goes to jail. In no time, Gloria began to romance the district attorney William Bardwell and fight with Jill Abbott for him. Unfortunately, he is also investigating the case of poison skin cream, but upon learning that Gloria is a sinner, he loves her too much to turn her into. However, the stress caused him to have a stroke, and he passed away. Gloria received her fortune, and later learned that John's transformation of Will was not real, and she also received half of her fortune. Will's twin brother, Jeffrey, came to town hoping to get his brother's money, and learned about Gloria's guilt in the lotion scandal, blackmailing her to marry him. She took over the Abbott mansion, but later felt guilty and returned it to Jack, moving into the house by the pool. Jeffrey filed for divorce and Gloria lost all her possessions, but he reconsidered and returned to her. They fled in Las Vegas and Little Richard ran the ceremony. Gloria's life is further complicated by the return of River Baldwin, Michael's father and a wanted criminal. Jealous of River, Jeffrey exposed Gloria's part in a poison skin cream, sending her to jail. Michael manages to delete his mother's name and get her out of jail, but after being released, she sees Jeffrey in bed with Jill. River skips the town, and Kevin is taken to a mental institution. Jeffrey and Gloria found themselves confused in the complex business battles between Abbott and Newman, and no more coins. After a series of failed plans, Gloria was relieved when Victor's plot was revealed and their stolen money returned. Jeffrey bought the Indigo nightclub to give to Gloria and she changed her name to Glowworm. But Jeffrey used it as a front for illegal activities and it almost went bankrupt the club when they were involved with bandits. Fortunately, Jeffrey prevented Gloria from marrying Angelo Venezuela, and instead she became his wife. A year later, Gloria returned to Geneva to reveal that she left Jeffrey after he spent his money. Now breaking, Gloria devised a plan with Jack to help him control his interest in Finmore in exchange for a job. Although he initially tries to withdraw from the deal, Jack and Gloria eventually have an affair and he agrees to turn her into an executive assistant. Although they eventually eliminated their friends with their hobby arrangements, Gloria continued to work at Abbott, at least until Ashley took over and fired her. The Young and the Restless will soon be returning to Nick Newman, and will Phyllis Summers waste their potential by chasing revenge? Check out what we expected when Y&R continued filming for the next few weeks. Recalling the recent history of Young and Resty, that Phyllis Summers was furious when Abby Newman stole her recorded confession of Adam admitting murder. In addition, Chancellor rejected Abby's request to bring Adam back to the ice. As far as Chance sees, Adam goes beyond that murder limit because he saved his life. For Young and the Restless, Vandals expect Phyllis Summers to talk about Nick Newman. And, information leaking from behind the scenes before the phone lock hints a major conspiracy. As we left Young and the non-stop Vandals, Adam was devastated about the murder in Kansas and the loss of his boss. Meanwhile, Chelsea Newman comforted him but stepped up the wedding plan. It was Nick's wedding and Phyllis' sidekick could be aiming for a breakout. Of course, Y&R May wrote the plot during the hiatus and had to swap everything around to meet safety standards to continue filming. That means limiting the number of actors participating in scenes together and supposedly collaborating with older actors like Victor Newman. So the writers of Young and the Restless can focus the plot on Nick Newman and his best friend Phyllis Summers in bed. They will plot to ruin their brother's wedding. But, will Chatham's happy ending forever also ruin the budding romance between Phyllis and her old Nick? Young and the Restless vandals who leaked us before locking the phone said that Nick had lured Chelsea into ruining her wedding. And it is possible. Phyllis agrees that it is the best plan. But did Nick Newman hook up with another woman who hurt Phyllis Summers more than she expected? When Y&R abandoned us and embarked on a classic operation, Phyllis Summers became happy with Nick Newman whenever they had the chance. But aside from jumping into a new romance, they spent time hating Adam Newman. That will continue once they start filming. Young and the Restless vandals from a source set up at CBS before locking the machine to tease out major actions against Phyllis, Nick, and Chad Chatham. The last time we watched the new episodes, Nick Newman was furious when he discovered Adam was blackmailed into the CEO seat of Victoria Newman. Of course, Young and the Restless recounts that Victoria has regained her job but at the expense of alienating her father. But there's no way that Nick and Phyllis Summers think that's enough punishment. They want to make Adam pay and will not stop until they do. How far will Phyllis push this revenge plot with Nick? Is she willing to burn what they're building just to punish Adam? Watch and see what happens when new Y&R episodes, hopefully in August if they keep shooting in June, as our sources say they hope. Young and the Restless spoilers and document updates that Devon Hamilton and Nate Hastings are bound by the family, as longtime fans know. At the moment, they involve different women. Devon and Elena Dawson are in a committed relationship that seems to be towards marriage. They solidified their relationship last year, when Elena became Devon's next soulmate after the tragic loss of Hillary Hamilton and their unborn child. Elena seems to notice a momentary flash between Devon and Amanda when those characters were talking at the Crimson Light in the recent past. Devon and Elena apologized to Amanda after the Ripley Turner story, which re-established a respectful relationship. Recently, Devon, Elena and Amanda have really become friendly with each other. Key's surname can still prove to be the key in finding answers regarding Amanda's genetic history. These fastidious viewers know that Rose Turner is Hillary's biological mother. Hillary doesn't seem to know any siblings. But the incredible similarities between Devon's late wife and lawyer Colin Atkinson have deliberately recruited to inadvertently devise a trick to challenge his inheritance rights will undoubtedly be discovered in the future. There is no telling how Devon would be affected if Amanda proved that the twins were identical to Hillary. Devon and Elena can get married first, or before this time next year. Making that time leap, fans can take on almost anything. Good bets can also see Amanda and Nate go far in the relationship they formed. However, it is reasonable to believe that Y&R will explore Amanda's story in the near future. That effort may or may not, revealing that Hillary is her sibling, but it will certainly involve strengthening the relationship with the various people involved in that mission. Devon will most likely be drawn into Amanda's mission. Combine that with Elena's regular closeness with Nate at the New Hope Clinic and the audience can watch couples reordering next summer, if not sooner. A war that began with Amanda probably wouldn't lie between Devon and Nate. Instead, Dominic's character may need to stay away from Billy Abbott. Amanda has developed a personal connection with Billy. In part, she accepted the position of legal advisor at Chancellor Industries' new media department because Billy was the head of that organization. Nate is definitely someone Amanda likes and likes to get to know, maybe even on a romantic basis. But her attraction to Billy, which Nate can recognize, cannot be dismissed. Stay tuned for interesting episodes on our channel. Young and the Restless's vandalism document states that there are various famous faces in Geneva, Wisconsin, with a complex history. Then there are newer characters whose stories are fully known. In the coming future, many surprising storylines, brought into history with innovative plot techniques that can take place on Y&R. Discover 3 of them. Kevin Fisher was abused when he was a child, which led him to lash out at people he believed were wrong later in life. Amanda Sinclair, Michelle Morgan, has a much shorter storyline and is really a mystery to her. Billy Abbott is the father of 3 children he knows. Billy believed he had 3 children. The late Delia Abbott, whose mother is Chloe, Johnny Abbott, whose mother is Chelsea Lawson, and Katie Abbott, whose mother is Vicky Newman. Y&R fans know that Billy has strong magnetism. Many other women have been fascinated by his aura over the years. He has a lot of other people and potential pregnancies, which shows that Billy was aware that he was the father of the fourth child. This is soap, so a previously unknown character might be the child's mother, maybe not even realizing that he is.